Hello, dear listeners, Jack here. I am not sure if this is bonus content, but it is not in the written manuscript for The Awful Shadow. Maybe it should be. This feels more like a sprawling footnote, one of those literary tangents that pretends to be about nothing but ends up being about everything. So here we go. I used to work in a record store in the mid-'80s in San Antonio. Independently owned, the kind of place that smelled like cardboard sleeves and aspiration. The owner, a huge vinyl fanatic, declared the advent of the compact disc to be a mere fad. He said this with the confidence of someone who'd seen formats come and go, but believed in the eternal, tactile glory of grooves on wax. That fad, as it turned out, shuttered the store's door less than a year later. The CD didn't just kill his business, it obliterated his worldview. Formats may seem like superficial changes, but they tend to ripple outward, reshaping industries and individual lives. Now, here we are again, different medium, same mistake, only this time it's podcasting. And this project you're listening to is part of that story. When I was teaching the Big Foundations class at UT, one of the units I most loved was called The Democratization of Technology. It was a sweeping survey of how new tools, even those dismissed as trivial, expand the boundaries of creative expression. Podcasting was one of the centerpieces of the unit. Over 2 lectures, my teaching assistant Thomas and I guided students through producing and publishing a podcast episode. We picked a topic rooted in vulnerability. One student struggles with depression. The result wasn't just an assignment, it was a powerful artifact. Thomas and I could see what was coming. The signs were everywhere. Podcasting wasn't just a hobby for tech nerds. It was an incoming wave, a cultural reordering, democratized journalism, accessible storytelling, cross-pollinations of genres and voices previously stifled by the gatekeepers of traditional media. There were no other courses on campus teaching podcasting from the ground up. I remember telling Thomas half-jokingly that podcasting deserved its own department. A hybrid track between the arts and journalism, a collaboration between disciplines as different as paint and pixels. But academia tends to move like molasses, if it moves at all. 3 semesters into teaching the class, enrollment had climbed to 225 students. That's when I met with Pennycook to discuss my ideas about podcasting's growth trajectory. I had data, research, even projections about the potential size of the industry. He listened, nodded in that performative way bureaucrats do, and then declared podcasting to be, you guessed it, a fad. The absurdity of Pennycook's response might have been funny if it wasn't also emblematic of something bigger. It's what I've been saying all along about spiraling shapes and the arrogant ignorance of those who assume their tenure gives them clairvoyance. They cling to their fixed points of reference while the world redraws itself in real time. As of 2024, there are over 5 million podcasts globally. With 70 million episodes available, the podcasting industry is projected to reach $4 billion in annual revenue by 2025, according to Insider Intelligence. Companies like Sweetwater Sound now sell all-in-one podcasting kits, complete with high-quality microphones, mixers, and software. You can set up a professional studio in your living room with just a few clicks. It's democratization in action. Tools once reserved for the elite are now in the hands of anyone with a story to tell. Podcasting is human connection. It's vulnerability. It's absurdity. It's sitting alone in a room and imagining the infinite possibilities of a microphone and an idea. It's the opposite of a fad. It's the new vinyl, and it's not going anywhere. Keep listening. Keep telling your stories. The world is just a little less awful when we hear each other.